Emily from Limbo. Today I'm going to show you how to make the Hufflepuff bracelet. I'm going to show you how to make it all the way around on one loom, but you can just do it with an extension, doesn't really matter. During the tutorial, I say for this one to do an extra 3 of these puffy-like things. If to fit like my wrist, which is kid-sized wrist, I suggest you only have between 5 and 6 of these puffs instead of 7. This 7 would actually fit an adult's wrist. Your loom should be in the normal staggered configuration with the arrow pointing away from you. For this border here, you need about 70 bands, so make sure you have enough of the color you're using. For this bracelet, I didn't have enough, so I had to do an extension, but you're going to take your border color, and you're going to, this whole bracelet is double bands, except for one part, and I'll tell you when to use single bands, but, so double bands from here to here, double bands up, double bands like that, and you do the same on the other side using double bands, like I said, like 3 times. Now push it down. You're going to take a separate color that you want for the first color of your puffy things. And you're going to place one band, a single band, on each of these pegs around this border-like thing you did. Like that. Now you're going back to using double bands. Take 2 bands, twist them like this from here to here. So you have kind of like a twist here and no twist there. Double bands. Twist from here to here, and double bands, twist from here, whoops, yeah, or from here to there. I like to have kind of my cross bands all together and then my non-cross bands all together, but now you're going to turn your loom around so the arrow's pointing towards you. Whoops. You're going to push back these bands here, and you're going to grab this single band here. You're going to loop it through like that, like as if you're doing kind of like a single. Pull this part off the loom, then replace it with these 2 bands, like that. Pull this through. Kind of remove it off the loom, but make sure this band doesn't come off of this peg. If it does, it's not the end of the world, but try to keep it on like that. Then quickly replace those, put those 2 bands on instead. And I twisted it. Sorry. So you're going to pull this through, and what you want to do is you want to hold this middle part down, then pull this one off. Keep holding it, and replace it with those 2, like that. This part is, I find, it's kind of weird, but I find this peg is always the trickiest. Then you're going to go to this peg, do the same thing, pull it through, like that, hold the middle down, pull it off, and place it back down. I find it's probably because this is the top band, but so it doesn't stay on as well. Push back these bands, grab this part of the band, and pull it. Put both ends on your hook, remove this, and replace it with these 2 bands. Sorry if my hand's in the way. Do the same here. Push back these bands, grab both of these sides, so you're kind of looping it through, and put those 2 on the peg. Whoops. It's okay if it comes out, you can just do that. There we go. There. should look like this. Now you're going to turn your loom back around so the arrow is pointing away from you. You're going to take another 2 of your border color, place them up. Then you're going to take 2, so you're doubling all these, go around as you did like this. Push it down, take your second color. You're going to again place a single band, each of these pegs all around, like that. Then you're going to take 2 bands, twist them across, another 2 bands, twist them across, and another 2 bands across. There. Now again you're going to turn your loom around so the arrow is pointing towards you. Push back these bands. Pull that band through. Take it off the loom and replace these 2 bands onto that peg. Now again, this is always the hardest one to loop, right here. So you want to hold it down in the middle, or push it down, I find also helps. And pull it through. Now hold this, take it off, replace it with those 2 bands there. And if you don't see it's twisted enough, then you can always retwist it like that, but you continue this all the way around. It gets easier after that one there. You don't really have to hold it down. Again. Oops, sorry. Hands in the way. There we go. See how that's crossed there? If you can, try not to. Make sure that is twisted. Okay, we're good. And then this last band here. You continue doing this all the way down your loom. Just remember, you have to kind of, whoops. So, turn it around so the arrow is pointing away from you, and continue this all the way down your loom. another 2 bands, like that. And then you're gonna take 2 bands and make a capping band. So take it and put it on this pig and double it over itself. So now the arrows should be pointing towards you. You're going to start hooking now. You're going to start hooking the border now. So all these purple bands, or whatever color you have for the border. You're going to push back your capping band. Take the 2 bands, 2 at a time, and loop them forwards. All these bands, and grab these top 2 bands. So you want to kind of make sure you throw everything, pull them out, and then loop them to the side. Now you're going to push back these bands, grab the bottom 2, loop them up, push back these bands and grab the bottom 2 and loop them in, like that. It's easier to take 2 at a time, but if you're like terrified that you're going to snap them or something, then you can take 1 at a time. But kind of push back all these bands, grab the bottom 2 bands, loop them out, and do the same as you did on the other side. Like that. Now you're going to push back all these bands and grab these bottom 2. Think I've got them? Yep. Loop them forwards. Think I got them. Wait. Yep, I did. Okay. Push back all these bands, grab the second bottom 2, not the bottom 2, but these 2. Loop them to the side. Bottom 2. Loop them forwards. Bottom 2 in. The same on the other side. Bottom 2 bands, so these 2. Grab these 2 bands. And continue this all the way down the loom. Now, unless you want to just add an extension, we're not done yet. Because you can make it all the way around your wrist on 1 loom. So what you're going to do is you're going to rotate your loom at a good angle for you to put your hook right here. You're going to put your hook through all of these bands. It's quite thick. You're going to take 2 bands and pull them through like that. You're going to place them on your gripper. Now slowly and carefully, you're going to take these bands off your loom. You're going to push these bands up through like that. There we go. So make sure it's on your gripper because you're going to do this again. So turn your loom so the arrow's pointing away from you. Now you're going to continue what you were doing before, but I'm only going to do 3 instead of 4. So arrow pointing away from you, doing the border. And what you also want to make sure is that the color pattern is right. Because if you're gonna put this way, so you want it to end with the right colors, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the rest of this bracelet, like place the rest of these bands, and I'll come back when I'm done. Once you're done doing the rest of your puffy flower things, you're gonna turn your loom around so the arrow's pointing towards you, like I did with my loom. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the stuff on your hook and you're gonna flip it around so the back side is kind of facing up. So the part that doesn't look so good. You're gonna stretch these 2 bands on your hook and you're gonna place them. Do it very carefully. Place these 2 bands on that peg there. You seriously need to be super careful. There we go. Think I've got it. Okay. Now you want to hold it down. You're going to push back all these bands. Grab these 2 bands. Oh, or just one. Loop that over. Now that you've got that done, you can let go of this and it won't kind of like unhook. Now you do the same on the other side. Oh. There, so that secures this. Now you do the same as you looped before. So yeah. Now you're going to take 2 bands, turn your loom sideways, push her up through every single one of these bands. Think it's through all of them? Yep. Take the 2 bands and pull them through. Now you can take it off your loom slowly and carefully. There we go. Okay, now again you gotta push these out, just as you did before. Make them look neat. Pull these 2 bands like that, put them off the hook, and attach your C-clip. And then you attach the C-clip to the other side, like that. There you have your Hufflepuff bracelet. Thanks for watching.